Hello, in today's video, I know I took a while to say anything, but just know I'm not going to get straight to the point right away of today's video. If I have a point at all, I'm just going to be yapping. And I haven't made a video like this in like a hot minute, so there's that as well. You know? I just haven't. I just really haven't. And I don't normally get to make these kind of videos because they take up a lot of time and effort, at least for me. And for me, it's not exactly the easiest. You know, I have to actually make time out of my day for this kind of stuff. And there are so many things I want to talk about, or could talk about, or could ever talk about. But in today, I'm going to be focusing on some of the usual suspects. But, you know, there's a lot of things in the world. I'm going to say something, and obviously I'm going to leave out a bunch of details about it, because it's my personal life, you know? And I don't want you knowing too much about it, obviously, because, well, it's personal. But I'm going to give you, let's just say, the highlights of this interaction, let's just say, okay? And for privacy reasons, I am not going to say this girl's actual name, because, you know, I'm not going to try to say, oh yeah, I got you now, I'm going to talk about you on the internet. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to give her a name for this portion of the video that I'm going to be specifically talking about her. I'm going to call this woman, and I know it's not her actual name, but I'm just going to call it for the sake of this video, Emma. Okay? This Emma, E-M-M-A, I think it is. I'm not sure if that's how you spell Emma, but this Emma, let's just call her that. I know, not her real name, but let's go with it. This individual, this woman, well, now woman, but, like, I was younger, she was younger, I was really into her, you know, she was, like, the first girl I ever truly liked, you know, like, yeah, there are celebrity crushes or whatever, but I never really had, like, an actual, like, serious celebrity crush. This woman was realistic because I knew her in real life. You know, I knew her not necessarily in my private life, but she was like almost in my private life, you know, because she knew my parents and her parents knew her, and their parents knew my parents, and my parents knew their parents. You get the idea. But one of the bigger issues is that she was kind of like in other guys' pants, so to speak, but I didn't know that at the time. You know, I thought she was just weird and quirky, you know, I thought it was just like her sibling or something. I wasn't really thinking, hey, maybe she's in another relationship, because she was a Jehovah's Witness, you know, or she is a Jehovah's Witness, and you know how girls like that are, they're just like, oh, but the end will come soon. And I know, I'm a former Jehovah's Witness, I shouldn't be like playing around with that, but this was like around the time when I became a former Jehovah's Witness, and it really sucks, because what are you gonna do if the girl you're trying to date or trying to get a relationship with is already cheating on you, is already sucking another guy's dick, and becoming basically a baby mom. You know? In a nutshell, those are the highlights. Those are the complicated parts of it. Now, again, I'm not going to go into full detail because I obviously don't want to basically dox her. So, yeah. This girl, she didn't let the other guy know that she was in a relationship with me either. And so eventually, once I gave her up and this guy found out, I just left it as it is, okay? Because I'm not going to get involved in that bullcrap, alright? I just left it as it is. Whatever happened after that, I don't know. But after that, that was not my issue, alright? So I am glad I am no longer a part of that no more, alright? But again, I am just giving you my side highlights of the story. What really happened is up to time to tell, you know. And again, I'll never reveal everything about it because, you know, for the sake of privacy, but personal privacy. But that's just something I wanted to get off my chest. And what does this have to do with anything? Well, I remember, you know that video where I talked about my grandma dying? She never messaged me, she never talked to me back. Like, I get that there was issues and all, but she was like, I had other relatives that did die in my life, and she was there for that. She talked about that. But when my grandma died, she wasn't there at all. You know, you would at least expect her to be there despite this, you know, for at least respects, but that didn't happen. That just didn't happen, you know, and it was unfortunate. But to be fair, it's not like she's the best of people. She's a very sketchy individual, at least at time of recording. At least that's assuming if she's still alive, because I don't know. She could be in some life or death situation. I don't know. I haven't really kept contact with her in several months, so who knows? You know, that kind of thing. But what are you gonna do? You know? You're just gonna throw it all away? But again, it is just one example of a relationship I've been in. But after that, I never looked at the same with women again. You know, don't get me wrong, there are good women out there, and maybe, who knows, maybe I'll get my long-term wife in the future. You know, where it's like somebody who will never desert me, somebody who I will never desert, somebody who I won't cheat on, they won't cheat on me. You know, somebody who I can actually trust. But until that day happens, I'm just gonna have to look for a better replacement at the moment. You know, just keep searching for something I'm probably not going to get. You know? But I guess in my current stage of life, I guess I'm better off single. You know? Because of the way that I act. Just who I am in general. You know? But that might change in the future. That could change in the future. That probably will change. But I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just kind of stuck here. Alone. But hey, you're not me. I'm not you. So, sorry for trauma dumping. Okay? I just wanted to get that off my chest because it's like, for the past several months, it's just been annoying me so hard. It's just been annoying me so fucking hard, dog. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let's just talk about something else right now because I just wanted to get that off my chest, and that's all I can really say about that right now. So what else can we talk about? I don't know. Just crazy stuff. It's Pride Month. There's gonna be gays everywhere. Gays everywhere. There's just so many things, man. I'm going to be avoiding a certain subject and a certain topic because, well, if I keep talking about it, I'm afraid the internet is going to turn me into one. And what is that topic / subject? Pedophilia. And the reason why I'm going to avoid that subject throughout this video is because I think I talk about it too much, and I think the internet is trying to turn me into a pedophile. Slowly but surely trying to make me touch kids or something. Because I look at these kids that are like extremely young, and they're like, I don't know, 13, 12, and they look like adults. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to make me a pedophile now? Like, what the fuck is going on? But, like, even if I was a pedophile, why would they need to look like adults anyway? It doesn't even make any sense regardless. Even on the pedophile side, it's just like, what the fuck? Because it's like they don't even act their age. They don't even act the age. They don't even look the age that they are. You know? So, like, what the hell? If you look 12, if you look 7, then act 7 and be 7. 6 or 7 or whatever. 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can you count that far? I don't fucking think so. And then there's 11, obviously. But those are pretty young. Pretty fucking young. Okay? New, fresh. You know? Fresh cuts. Fresh fucking cuts. And I'm telling you some other shit. Some other shit. And that shit is, you're fucked. You are fucked. Why are you fucked? Because you're watching this video. And all of you suckers are a bunch of bitches. Okay? Bitches. And I know I'm using a swear word there, but there's no other way to really describe it. You know? I gotta start being in reality more, because I am starting to lose my sense of reality. I am starting to lose my mind. Like I don't remember certain things. People are driving me crazy. I think I'm starting to have a crash out. I don't know. It's like I can't really form an opinion these days. All about this and that schlop. Right wing, left wing bullshit. And the whole religion bullshit. You know, like, it's interesting and it can be cool to be a part of a certain religion. But, like, what's the point of having that coolness if, you know, you don't actually believe in the stuff you say? That kind of thing. Like, what's the point of believing in a religion if you don't actually believe in it? You know? I don't know. And boom, I went to and to Pam. So, fuck. I said fuck. Fucking fuck, nigger. Nigga. Whatever you call yourself these days. Nigger and nigga. Always running around with their crack. Oh, gypsy, racist, Epstein fuck niggers. Oh, bizarre. Is this a JoJo's reference? Yeah, you are. But fucking jutsu choo-choo. Based. Time to go to Agartha. Or as they say it where I'm from, Atlantis. You know? Yeah. I think I'm really losing my mind. Yeah. You know, like, I think I've been getting into rock collecting and stuff, and it's just so hard nowadays because you can only collect so much for one room, you know? Eventually you have to start making your own dedicated thing for it. Or make a rock garden, monkey Joe. Or make a rock garden, I don't know. But still. It's just crazy. You know what I noticed? That nowadays a lot of my viewers on this YouTube channel are a lot more men than women. That's weird, because when I started this channel, there was a lot more women on this channel. I don't know why. I don't know why there's a lot of men now, but I guess it's because of the topics that I talk about. I don't know. But there are women out there that do watch my videos. You know, at least 40%. 30 or 40% of my consistent viewers are women, you know, because, well, that's just how it so happens to be. I'm sorry to say, but there actually are women online for some reason. I don't know why that is. And I'm highly suspicious of why they're actually online. But, probably need to go down the route of finding myself a girlfriend, because they're all online anyways, right? Like the people my age, the women my age, they're all online. Not a lot offline. I mean, they do exist offline, but it's like, what the fuck, man? So you're telling me, in order for me to get somebody in real life to be my girlfriend, I have to contact a woman from the other side of the fucking world just to get a relationship? The hell is that logic? Where's localized? You know? Where is the single baddies in your area? Well, I don't know about baddies, but like, just like at least average women, you know? Because baddies are like, like you're like, you have to just, either you're into that or you're not, you know? Like extremely hot women. That's what a baddie is. It's basically just saying like an extremely attractive, physically attractive woman. You know? But, I don't know about the physical attractiveness, but to be fair, it is a factor. But if you make it like your most important factor, or if your only important factor is looks, yeah, that's where it starts to become a problem. No, don't get me wrong, looks can be important, and it is. You know? And we acknowledge that as a society nowadays, but also, it shouldn't be the only important thing. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't have to just wear makeup just to wear makeup, you know? The only time you should really wear makeup is if you're in a situation where you want to wear makeup. I don't know why you would want to wear makeup. Maybe you're acting, maybe you're doing something that requires you to wear it. But, just in your day-to-day, not really. Not really, with the exception of maybe lipstick. But even then, it's just like, what the fuck? You know, because you're gonna have marks. It's gonna leave kiss marks when you're just randomly doing shit. You know what I mean? Like you'll just be randomly doing something that requires your lip to touch something. You know? And next thing you know, your water's all red. You know? Or green or blue or purple or whatever, you know, version of lipstick you prefer to use. Okay? I don't really use lipstick, but I have tried it. I have tried the lipstick. Look like Miranda sings with that shit, you know? If you don't get the reference, it's about a lady who intentionally put a bunch of lipstick on her face to look a certain way, and she became famous for looking like that, you know? And she was like at her time, a big time YouTuber, but eventually she fell off. And the craziest thing, I knew her in real life for a time before she like really blew up, at least the period of time that I was. Like, I vaguely knew her, but like when she blew up and became like this ultra famous person, she just gone. You know? But I guess I'm glad, because she is kind of not the best of people. You know, she played a ukulele song or something a while back, like a couple of years back, I think. Weird apology video. But who knows? Who knows? She's like, it was a rise and fall, rise again and then fall again. You know, like, she took an original rise from popularity and fell off because she wasn't, like, as culturally relevant. And then she blew up again because of all her allegations or whatever. And then she was popular for a while. And now she's going through a major decline. Similar thing with Annoying Orange. Popular, fell off because he was just really annoying. And then rose again for a while because of nostalgia. And then people started to realize why the modern Annoying Orange is worse than actual, you know, older Orange. Because older Orange, yeah, he was annoying, but that was the whole point of the fucking character, you know? Like, it was literally called Annoying Orange. Now it's just like, meh, and if it is annoying, it's like, it's not really, like, rage bait annoying. It's not really, like, annoying in the sense that it gets the clicks, but it's annoying in the sense that, well, it is, but I mean, like, it's annoying in the sense that it's too politically correct. You know, it went from being, like, actually, like, annoying on your ass, regardless if it was politically correct or not, for the sake of funny, just to be funny. Whereas now it's just, oh, non-binary character, or, oh, I'm going to make this reference, or, oh, I'm going to shit on Pear. It's never like, oh, let me talk about, whatever the hell, regardless if it's controversial or not, and just make an annoying orange comedy version of it. Like, it's meant for giggles, okay? But to be fair, I think everything's made for giggles, so you can see why, being pure funny haha is not exactly, of it nowadays, but he's still big. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a LARP annoying orange out there. Or LARP orange. Because I'm not fucking stupid, that's why. Okay? You're out there eating man pussy and sucking woman dick. That sounds weird to say. That's because it is. It's unusual. It's unnormal. Okay? It's weird and strange to be a trans woman, but it's just as strange as weird to be a trans man. Because I'm going to tell you one thing right now. You do not have my fucking balls. Okay? You do not have your own fucking pairs. Right? You cannot take mine. Because if you take mine, you're gonna get arrested for that bullshit. And you know. So what's even the point, man? What's even the point of you being a man if you're not even a man? And they're like, oh, what about trans women in women's sports? What about trans men in men's sports? Shouldn't we kick them out? Like, duh. Like, if you ask me what the trans people should do, is they should either make a trans, specific sports league, or what they should do is make especially mixed gendered sports more popular. If you're transgender and you're watching this video right now, and you're a sports athlete, I would say, or you're getting into sports and you so happen to be transgender, I'm telling you right now, go into mixed gendered sports, because you're not going to really get as much as complaints. As long as it's something where both men and women can play at the same level and it's fair game, then yeah, you can go do that. Because in traditional men and women's sports that are not really meant for transgenderism, those leagues tend to go for their specific gender because they imply that everybody involved is a cisgendered person, every sports athlete involved. So because of this, what will happen is that naturally women are slightly physically weaker than men, and men are slightly physically stronger than women when it comes to solo gender sports. Okay? Mixed gender sports, I think it would make sense to even the playing field, where everybody has to play at the same strength, that kind of thing, because it's professional. Everybody has to reach a specific achievement, where it's fair game for everybody, fair game for fucking everybody, and maybe make a disabled version as well. That kind of thing, so that way everybody can be involved, and it can just get huge, because there's untapped potential there, a lot of untapped potential, especially recently, because they're so spoiled on the college, or they're so spoiled on, oh, but I want to be a trans woman in the women's sports. No, I want you to go to the mixed gendered one, because you have potential to spark leagues like that. You have potential to spark that form of where we can get everybody involved, every people in the adult world, at least when it comes to professional athletes involved. That's what I would do if I was in that position. You know what I mean? Like, imagine being the CEO the head CEO of the company. Man, you'd probably be making bank if you get a good enough athlete that can work in your mixed gender league, wouldn't you? Yeah. And plus, you wouldn't have to worry about, transgenderism as much because, well, you would be in a league that would make sense to have people like that in there, you know? Like, I don't know what else to tell you. You know, or unisex league if you want to go all the way with the fucking micro genders, micro subgender bullshit. Oh, but there's a billion, there's a Googleplex, there's an infinite amount of genders. Infinite amount of genders. Okay. Then I identify as, shut the fuck up. What do you want me to say? Oh yeah. Look at me. I did a Roman Empire. You know, like, I probably offended some people who know about that shit. If you're offended over that, I could have gone like this. But no, you're more offended over that. Sure, bro. Fucking sure. Like, this is offensive. In some countries, this is offensive for some reason. Like in certain parts of the U.S., I don't know why. Well, it's not that this individual like this, but it's more like this. Ha, got you, bitch. You might go, what did you catch me with? Well, I got you lacking because in my culture, this means the balls. This means the wiener. You know? So you got looked at by a wiener. You know? That's the old meme. This is like when they mean like, oh, the OK symbol is racism or something. They mean the upside down one. They don't mean the right side up one. Okay? That's what they mean. Just to clarify. Just to clarify. Okay? I have glazers. I acknowledge my glazers. You are probably a glazer. Keep glazing. Keep glazing. And then maybe, just maybe, if you get famous, you can have glazers too. But anyway, back onto some topics. Did you know in Stargate SG-1, there's an episode with the Mongolian Empire in season 1? Because I watched like 4 episodes so far. Like, damn. These creatures are sure weird. Because right in the first episode, there was some lady or something, and she was like naked, and they checked her, but it didn't fit. But then they got another naked lady, right? And on both sides, this alien thing came out, and then eventually, once it found the correct host, which was the second one, by the way, this thing slipped onto her back, started crawling up to her, slit in her neck, went into her neck. You know? She screamed. That kind of thing. Which I find that strange, isn't it? You know? Dark times. But to be fair, it was 1997, so it was a bit shitty, obviously. But, what the fuck? You know, you got an X in your belly? What the fuck, man? What the fuck is that? Like, that's some bullshit right there. That is some bullshit right there. I don't know. There's a traitor. He's a good guy this time. Trust me, bro. And, they had that character. And then there was another episode with them on, what was it? I don't remember. I don't remember if it was the second or third episode, but they were basically in the Roman Empire, I think. And then they so happened to be in the same place with the bad guys, or something, you know? And then there was also some other bullshit. But I have to actually, you know, watch the rest of the show to get into the lore, you know? But by the time you're watching this video, I probably already watched most of the show, so, or pretty much all of the show, so if you're going to tell me about your favorite thing about that particular show, just know you're not exactly spoiling it for me, you know? I'm just saying, because I do pre-record my stuff, sometimes days or weeks before I actually publish it onto YouTube, where I set it on a timer, and then that timer goes to a certain amount of days. So, yeah. I'm probably already finishing up season 10 by now, you know? I don't know. Because this video is very old. Very, very old. It's old to the point where I don't even know the number. And I'm saying that for when it does get old. You know? But, yeah. Like, they have genetic memory. The fuck? Can you imagine if humans had genetic memory? Dude, we'd be a really, 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 really smart, advanced species if we had genetic memory, you know? We'd be way more smarter than we are right now. That kind of thing. And we're just not capable of that yet. But eventually we could unlock the ability to have genetic memory. And once we unlock that, we can give it to several types of people and give it to everybody. And then eventually, with all that knowledge, what would we do with it? Explore the universe. That's what I would do. I would explore the universe. The fucking universe. That goddamn universe. But it's based off of the knowledge, like, in the lore, it's based off of the knowledge of whatever their previous host was, because I guess in order to stay immortal, they have to have a good host, and if the host dies or something, or if they're in danger, they can try to go get a new host, but when they get a new host, they have to, like, be reborn, so to speak, if they get a new host. But if they don't get a new host, and their host is good, they're basically immortal. But where the genetic memory comes in is whatever their previous host has, they get all the memories of that previous host, you know? And then the next host, they get to collect all the memories of that next host. And then they keep going and going and going and going. So they became a really smart species really fucking quickly. Okay? That's what they are. And they use basically forms of humans, or former humans, I guess. And they take these people and they put them in like these snake things. And that's basically the whole thing. You know, that's basically the whole lore. So they probably evolved a certain type of human to be hosts. You know, that's what they are. They're just evolved to be a host type of species. And it's based off of early human, like, religion, mythology, stuff like that. So there's a lot of, how should I say, old-timey stuff in an old-timey show. I don't know what else to fucking call it. My nigga, I understand. I understand. I understand. Like, I'm trying to do that one alien guy, but he has, like, I don't know what's up with them, but they have, like, this weird golden symbol on their fucking head. It looks like a stamp. It looks like they glued a stamp. Oh, and by the way, one of the main characters is also the same guy who played MacGyver in the original 1980s, early 1990s version of MacGyver. That's fucking insane, dog. You're telling me the same fucking guy who did MacGyver is doing crazier shit in this one show? Damn. Fuck. That's gotta be some serious lore bullshit. You know? I don't know what else to fucking tell you, man. But I think I plan to watch more movies than TV shows. Because, like, TV shows, you have to actually dedicate time to watching them. Whereas movies, it's just however long the movie is. You know? Like, yeah, the movie could be really long, but the movie can end. Whereas TV shows, yeah, they'll have, like, a certain amount of time. But the lore keeps going on each episode, generally, for shows like that. For, like, shows like for a certain while until they eventually end. But even then, it's like you have to consistently be dedicated to it to, like, watch all the episodes, whereas the movie, again, is just however long the movie is. You know? Even for, like, Harry Potter, it's still, like, you're probably just gonna be fine with movie 1, you know? That kind of thing. And, yeah. And if you're wondering, yeah, the lore gets kind of dark. But anything after movie 3 and it's just dark, you know? That's where it starts to fully transition. Like, the third movie was, like, the transition era, but anything, like, past movie 3 and it's just dark, you know? And I mean that literally, too, but it's the cool kind of dark. It's where you can, like, it's just dark enough where you can say that it's dark, but it's not so dark that you literally can't see anything like what they do in modern movies now. Where it's like, have you seen some of those, what do you call it? I think it was, I'm not sure what movie it was, Dune, I believe it's called, I'm not sure. There are a lot of scenes in there that are just a little too dark, you know? I'm not sure. I'm not into the whole giant worm thing. But, whatever. Anyway, there's a TV show called Sandman. And it got, I think, discontinued, kind of. But, it ran for 2 seasons. This particular show, how should I say, isn't exactly something the best. It's more of a required taste. You know, it's more of an exceptional taste if you're into it. It's just such a strange fucking show, dog. And it's literally not just, like, metaphorically or, like, dark in the sense of, like, oh, scary guy eats eyeballs. But I mean, like, it's literally physically too dark. That show is literally too dark. Like, you can pop out any scene, even the brightest scenes seem, like, really insanely fucking dark for some reason. Like, what the fuck is going on? Did you have, like, dark mode when you set up the fucking show? Like, what the hell is going on? The hell is fucking going on? But don't get me wrong, I do like video games and books and music and stuff like that. But I'm more of a TV show, video, movie kind of guy when it comes to, you know, pre-recorded, pre-made entertainment. That kind of thing. Pre-edited too. but I also like YouTube videos, you know? And, there are a lot of YouTube videos out there. You know what I mean? If you want to, you can hype this video. There's that as well. But, I don't know what that does. I don't really know much about it other than it's just like, oh, which video is the most hot trending right now, you know? If you ask me, if they're gonna do it, they should be like, you can hype like 100 videos that you have on your account that you watched or have or whatever. Hype like 100 videos per day, you know, where it's like limited to 100, that kind of thing. Because people watch a lot of videos, especially for longer form videos, because I guess that's what hype is for. It's for longer form content in general, and I do call it content, and I do like content. I do like that word influencer, because they are influencing things. I just don't like how people like basically use it to just encourage bullshit. You know, oh, get up at 4 in the morning, do drugs, and pimp out on these hoes, and if you're a woman, you gotta be a hoe for me. You know, like that's the logic. That's the... Back in my day, we called polyamorous people bigots. That's what a bigot was. It was somebody who had multiple relationships in the same marriage. Like they were all married in the same fucking thing. Like the guy with 2 wives. You know, like that kind of bullshit. That was called bigotism. You know? That's what we called bigotism. That's what we agreed on. But then eventually that term got so overused that it kind of started to lose its meaning. And then eventually as that happened, the word bigot just got thrown around with patriarchy, racist, sexist, you're a misogynist, you're a Zionist, you're a xenophobic, homophobic, transphobic bitch. Back your anti-bitch. You're not the current politically correct enough. Everything about politics, individuals. Like, fuck you. Fuck you if you think like that, bruh. Because it's like, if you're thinking like that, you're more brainwashed than the people on the fucking news. Okay? And people who watch fucking news. Because the news channel is fucking crazy. It drives you insane about current world issues. You know, don't get me wrong, maybe you can occasionally turn on the news for whatever, for like the big news stuff. But outside of that, of what the fuck is going on every once in a while, throughout your weeks or months, you don't need to check on it every single day. Besides the weather and maybe sports, there isn't anything other than that, you know? And obviously, if you want to, entertainment, and I guess health. But generally speaking, when it comes to politics, religion, business, yeah, stay away from that. National, international. Because you know what I find weird about YouTube when it comes to news? Is that when you check out the news section of YouTube and you look at it, they only check you out on certain parts. And there used to be like a science section to, you know, for the news. But for some reason, for whatever reason, YouTube took it off because I guess there wasn't enough science news. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, and yeah, technology is a big no-no, because that's just a way to basically talk shit about politics. So yeah, the only safe bet, mostly safe bet, is either the weather or sports. But even with sports, it's like a sometimes thing. You know, a sometimes, oh, maybe look at this. The only guaranteed thing you can really talk shit about is the weather. Oh, they said it was going to rain. Didn't rain. Oh, they said it wasn't going to rain. It rains. But he did say it was going to be 72 degrees Fahrenheit. And guess what? News guy, weather guy, was right. That's the only reliable news source you can really trust. And right now, like, you can semi-trust the news because of betting or whatever, but they can exploit that, just by the way. So if they make certain things make it look like, oh, this guy won or lost over the betting system for, oh, if this person is correct about this or that on the news. Guess what? They can make it look like, maybe their opinion was wrong. Maybe their opinion was right. You know, and actually change it by like 1 cent or no cent. So this guy owes you $1 trillion because you lost a bet because this guy either told the truth or told a lie about something and it turned out to be true or false. You know? Interesting. You know? Like, at first it was semi-trustworthy because, you know, that's what ended up happening. But it's like, what if that doesn't happen? What if they win the bet, but the thing they won the bet for it doesn't fucking happen? Suspicious. I know. You got your money taken out of some Kolschi bullshit. I call steak. 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 You know that I Gotta Catch Feelings song? I don't know. I remember, what was it? Dalipa, whatever her name is, made a song like that. And it's like, it's one of those songs where you listen to it for a little too long, and for some reason you want to commit international terrorism. I don't know why. I don't know why it makes me want to do that. Too many genres of music nowadays. You know, you can't just have a motherfucker that is like, oh yeah, I'm into disco, rock, classical music, and hip-hop or something. You know, like, it has to be some bullshit like, oh yeah, I'm into softcore, hardcore, Echo Melodum, sound wave. What? Like, get a good name. Like, lo-fi is a pretty good one, for example. Punk, not really. Punk, funk. I don't know. Those aren't really exactly good genre names. What would be a good genre name? Zouk. That's a good one. Forest spoken. I don't know, sob rock, but that genre already exists. I don't know, if you're gonna label it something, at least label it something that sounds like a genre, you know? Like, it sounds like, maybe it depends on what the type of music is, you know? That kind of thing. Or you can make the genre have the name of the opposite of whatever the genre is. You know? That kind of thing. This is why I don't like country. Because, not just because of its name necessarily, but because of it's just a shitty genre. You know? It's basically just rap. And the only real reason why they're going hard on the country right now is 100% due to the fact that rap died out. And right now, country is dying out. It's in its last stages of popularity, at least from the absolute mainstream. Don't get me wrong, there are gonna be some country songs that are still going to be popular to this fucking day. But, to your very fucking day. But here's this thing. Here's the thing. Eventually, it's gonna have to come to a point where only certain types of people will like their music. Not everybody's gonna be into that, okay? They will have to come to the point and realize you're gonna have to go with every single other genre that has ever gone that path down to a downfall. Alright? Rap is going down that path right now, and it's finishing up its downfall. Give it up another decade or two, and eventually it will fully wrap up, and, you know, even Eminem will probably be switching up genres by that time. You know, because I don't think he'll give up music, but I think he could give up rap or hip-hop if he really wanted to. You know, at least in terms of genre. But I'm not saying that he should. You know, I'm not saying that he should do that. Because he's Eminem. If he wants to do that, he can do that. You know? I'm fine with him doing rap. You know? He's not the best of guys. Because he is very, how should I say, like California got to him a little bit, you know, a lot more than he thought he did. But it's not like it completely matters. It's not like it fully got to him. He's still Eminem. You know, he's just not, the once Slim Shady of the 90s. Like, he'll never be that age again. He'll never be in that era again, obviously. Obvious fucking Lee. I mean, this is the same guy who made Rap God. So I think he'll survive. You know, he'll be fucking fine. He's like a multi-millionaire, I think. So there's no point in going too far with that one. You know? Then there's the whole Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef. Now, I'm gonna start going on Drake, and then I'm gonna go on Kendrick. Alright? Drake, I kind of know him from the memes, and I listen to some of his songs. Okay? And I don't think he's a predator or anything like that. I don't think he's a pedo. I think he might be gay. I think he might be just a little bit of a strange fella, but I don't really think he's anybody like that. But he does, do some random shit. He did some weird lawsuit or whatever. He does do, gambling and things like that. He has, trying to keep beef up. He's not, he pretended to be in a wheelchair, so it's not exactly clean for him. And by that, I mean, he wasn't I don't mean he was in a specific scene. I mean, I guess he was, but it was just it's still a little fucked up that he did a wheelchair thing. Now, I could get that if it was in the context of he was playing a character that so happened to be disabled. But it was even in that case, it still stained his career because of who he is now, But if he still stayed some version of that, I don't think people would give a fuck as much about the whole wheelchair thing. And he does make good songs, but he does also deserve his fair share of criticism. He does have a fresh way of thinking. It really gets on his ass. But he's Drake. Now, it's time to go on the Kendrick Lamar. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said about Drake, they could be, I think I said it about Drake, but they could be a good person behind the scenes. I don't know. But Kendrick, he may be a good person behind the scenes, but besides the song Not Like Us, what other song can you name? Like, we get it, you roast Drake. Like, for the first 3 days or so, it was kind of cool and it was interesting because it's like, oh, okay. You know, it was just an interesting, trending song. But once you started hearing it everywhere for the next 8 weeks, that's right, 8 weeks, it really started to fucking annoy me. Every single fucking day. Oh, not like us, not like us, not like that. You know? That kind of thing. And then he did the whole Super Bowl thing where he's like, no, I'm not gonna sing it yet. And then once he did, I finally did it. It didn't hit as hard, and even in the original, it was still like, okay. You know, I actually listened to it, the full song, like the actual original version of it, and I did watch the music video, but the music video was just kind of an over celebration rather than the actual song, because that song turned out to be a hit, at least for commercial use. But man, that song, I just don't like it. Not because it's overplayed, but because it's just a shitty song regardless. You know? Like, I listened to that one portion of the song. Once I listened to the full version, yeah, it's just a shitty song. Like, besides that one bar, you know, like the, yes, there's some bullshit. That's pretty much it. You know, and even in that one bar, it's just like, what the fuck? Just like, what the fuck? And, yeah. And he's still keeping the beef around. Like, what the fuck, Kendrick? Like, sure, you made some popular songs or whatever, but, like, lay off the Drake sauce, okay? It's been several months or even several years, I think, by now, with the whole beef with Drake. Lay it the fuck off. Nobody really cares anymore besides your hardcore fans. Like, I get that you're using it to sell more albums or whatever, but to be fair, both of these guys behind the scenes are probably fucking each other in the butts. They're probably goddamn having gay butt sex behind the scenes, and they're in love and they're partners and stuff, but they're pretending like they hate each other, you know? But, you know, I'm not justifying Drake's lawsuit necessarily, because I don't know what the lawsuit really was about, but I do get it. You know, I do get it, because if you were having constant roasts like that, I could see potential of, like, yeah, just sue the guy, because, like, what the fuck, you know? But hey, at least he wasn't Bad Bunny bad. You know, like, he wasn't Bad Bunny horrible. That kind of thing. I can at least say that about Kendrick Lamar. You know? Never listened to any other of his songs, but people talk about a Damn album. I don't know what that is about, but whatever, I don't really care. I'm not interested in that. You know? Like, I can name more Rick Astley songs than I can name Kendrick Lamar songs. And Drake is Drake. Okay? Drake, he's a goofy guy. He's a goofy guy. He's Drake. He's whatever the fuck. You know? Like, yeah, he gets criticism, but he's like, he's whatever the fuck. Let's see. Anything else in the world of music? Not much I can think of. Not really. You know? But, people do like to listen to that kind of stuff. Anyway, anything else I could talk about? I don't know. Art? I don't know, there's a lot of paintings out there. My head's acting funny. I don't know if there's something on my head or what. But yeah, art. There's Pablo Picasso, I think his name is. That painter. Painting bullshit. Then there's you painting your picture with your bullshit in it. Yeah. On my bed and on my maiden, you are going to poop in the toilet. Oh, Redan, a vacant Bredan. You are going to poop in the toilet now. On bo keedin, po shot po peedin. Gonna see you in the Garden of Eden. Wow. My head be itching in this one particular spot. And I wonder, is there anything there? Do you guys see anything? I don't know. Maybe I wasn't close enough. I don't know, you probably can't see anything anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You know? There isn't really anything here on this side. So then why just this particular side right here? Which is my right side, if you don't know. Strange. Whatever. I'm living my life. Yeah. I gotta start doing IRL maxing, not gonna lie. But only after a while, okay? 'Cause I got some bullshit I gotta do. You know? With my brain. Yes, my brain. 3x plus 1. Pascal's pyramid, I think it's called. Not Pascal's pyramid. Or was it? I don't know. Da Vinci Code. Whatever the fuck that means. Some about black people, I don't know, Jewish niggas from Israel. Ding, 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 ding. Alert, 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 alert. You're from Judaism, the religion from Israel. Okay? It was... The Jews invented themselves so they could create Israel. Allegedly. I don't know shit about it, dog. All I know is they have some guy called Benjamin Netanyahu, and he's the Big Ben, if you know what I mean. He's the special blue and white agent. You know what I mean? I don't know. This is some bullshit. This is some bullshit from another bullshit. Okay? Why don't I take you to Agartha, white people of Wakanda? Okay? We're gonna take you fucking there. We're gonna take you there, and we're gonna make your hair yellow. We're gonna make your eyes blue. Alright? And if you want it, we're gonna make your skin white as well. Okay? Met a strange lady. She made me nervous. She took me in and gave me breakfast. And she said, I'm from the... I think you get the idea. Have you ever thought about touching people? Should you touch kids? I don't know about that. That depends on what you mean by touching. That depends on what you mean by kids. So, I'm going to lay that one off. Okay? Because there are a lot of adults nowadays that do be calling a lot of other adults kids. And it gets fucking confusing because you could be literally 38 years old. You could be 36 or something. And they'll look at you, some person your age or younger sometimes, will be looking at you and be going, oh yeah, you're a kid. Hey kid, what the fuck are you doing? You know, like, that's like some bullshit. That's like some fucking bullshit in the life form systems. I love my nation, but the state should be abolished. Is that true? Is that libertarian enough of me to say? Because I'm a libertarian grifter, bro. Trust me. Yeah, we need to go all full fucking black and yellow here. So black. Actually, so yellow that it turns purple. What's your excuse? You're so libertarian black and yellow that your yellow turns purple. Holy shit. You must be mad as hell at the penguins. You must be fucking mad as hell at the goddamn penguins in Antarctica right now. Aren't you, bud? Yeah. You also mad at Brazil. You also mad at Canada. You also mad at South Africa. You also mad at India. You also mad at Australia. You're also mad at New Zealand. You're also mad at Russia. You're also mad at France. You're just mad, you know? You're mad maxing. And obviously Antarctica, but like, look. You're mad at every nation, every group, every, how should I say? Every state, down to the hyper-local level. Look at me, I sucked my dick. Ooh, I started to notice something. I got fucking hair on my arms. Why do I have so much hair all over my body? Like, even my daddy don't got that much hair. Like, what the fuck? Like, I got hair on my back, dog. That's how hairy I am. Like, what the fuck? You know? Like, it's too much hair, you know? And it gets annoying as fuck to have all that hair on me. You know? To constantly have it. Because it's really hard to shave off. Like, if I could shave all this hair off that my belly's got right here, that would be great. Especially in my chest area, because I want that to be clean as well. But I also want my back to be fucking cleaned off, you know? Because what the fuck? And my arms and my legs, you know? Because I don't like having this much fucking hair on my body, you know? Because it's so crazy. But at least I don't have, what would you call it? Werewolf syndrome, where you just have hair everywhere, like that. You know, like me, I have limits physically. Like, I can only have so many limits. But it's like, they have hair fucking everywhere, a lot more than me. And for some reason, I'm balding right here. Like, I'm balding. Like, I kind of look like Vegeta. But anyway, I wish my hair was like right. Like, I wish it was like this big from my forehead. And this wide open space was not there. You know? But yeah, I'm in what you would call stage 1 of baldness. Where it starts to go, and then it goes shh, and then it creates this spot, and then that spot eventually disappears. And then you have like this, you know why like bald guys don't have like this portion of their head? Because that's what's left of it. You know, and then eventually it will go away, and then you're either completely bald or you're not. Whereas women, they don't really have this issue as much. I don't know why, but that's what it is. And don't get me wrong, I'm fine with being bald or whatever, but it's just like, why do that process specifically for only men? You know, like, why can't it just be women too? That's fine. You can be bald or whatever, but this is some bullshit. you know? And I need a haircut. At least for me, anyway. That way I can get all this hair off for me. You know? Get it off in a time where I can. When I can. Whenever I do. You know, and I'm gonna start talking slower now to save energy. Alright, so if I start sounding like a fucking turtle, a tortoise, to be more exact, that's why. That is why. Yes, very much so. You know what? Maybe I will talk about that Emma woman again. If I had a woman that had her looks, was actually nice to me, at least modern day anyway, and in the future, obviously, in the distant future, far distant future. You know, the lifetime. I'm not saying she has to be some sort of fucking housewife, okay? But I'm just saying that this be a good woman to get married with and have kids and some bullshit. I think I'd be fucking fine, you know? Raising children, but it hasn't happened yet. And I don't know. Maybe I'm better off single and alone. Single and no kids. Because, I don't know, I'm just not the best of individuals in my time. Maybe I'm just the father before he got nerfed to have a wife and kids. You know, like maybe I'm just in that phase of my life. Whatever. But anyway, I gotta go start IRL maxing. Why do I have to go start IRL maxing? So that way, you know, I can go live in real life and go do whatever I want to do. Like, regardless of what you do, it's a genre of genres. Endlessly, you could say. And whatever you do in real life is up to you. I can't tell you what you can and can't do and when you can't do it. But if you are going to live in real life, just remember that is completely up to you. So, you know, free will or not, what you do with it is your decision, I guess. And, yeah, that's just how it is. That's just how it's gonna be. I'm just gonna try to live in real life more and live that way. You know, live in the actual real world. What else can I say? I'm a human guy. To your knowledge. To your knowledge. What does that mean? That means Illuminati. Yeah, man. Pornography. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. I'm gonna be in Don't photograph her right now. That's what a lot of this symbol tends to mean nowadays, but you can just use it as fucking goggles. Or be like, oh, 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 oh. Or be like, I see my eyeballs. I see fucking through. Ain't that weird to look at my peeper holes like this? Ooh. Ooh. What the fuck? Anyway, yeah, like I said a bit earlier in the video, gotta go practice what I preach, as they say, and go do some IRL maxing. So, whatever I do is completely up to me, and whatever you do is completely up to you, whatever you do after this video. So yeah, just gotta drink glass of water while I record it, because I wanted to get at least a little bit longer while I talk. And just say, if you enjoyed the video, good for you. If you didn't enjoy the video, also good for you, because now you have an opinion. Now you have an opinion on the video you just fucking watched. Okay? That makes sense? I certainly hope it does. Because this is a very long video. A lot longer than I intended it to be. But hey. Hi. You just got here and you're thinking, maybe I would like a drink of water. Well, then go get some. Go get some. Get a drink of fucking water, man. Go get a drink of fucking water. Okay? Alright? Do I make myself clear? Nigger. Anyway, I better, wrap up this video so that way it can, end. And before I end the video, I just wanted to say, you guys suck wiener again. Alright? Here we go.